Footscray Live.
Welcome everybody, broadcasting right here from Footscray City College. You're listening to Footscray Live. My name is Archie G. With me today on the panel is Sean and Arav. Today we've got some very special guests, Peter Doody from the RSL. Welcome to the show, guys. I'll start us off. Tell guys what you do in the RSL.
Well, we're a club for returned soldiers. In our case, they're mostly Vietnamese people, all served in the services during the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
We've got 100-odd members, 100 are Vietnamese, and we've got about 5 Australians. Is that right, Long?
Yeah.
Look, we're only open a couple of days a week, so we haven't got poker machines or anything, so we just look after our members. And we have commemorations every now and again. Like next year we've got our 100-year anniversary on the 18th of January. And that's about it.
Cool.
So, Arav here. Where is this club located? Is it local in Footscray?
Yes, it's 48 Geelong Road, Footscray.
What's the role of the RSL in the 21st century?
Well, look after the ex-soldiers and their families. Yep.
Footscray RSL is quite unique in that there is a big involvement with the Vietnamese community in the club. Can you tell us how that came about?
Well, many years ago, the Vietnamese moved into the western suburbs, mainly Footscray. And Footscray was a very big RSL club in the old days with the Australian veterans. When the Vietnamese moved in, a lot of people either transferred, moved to different areas, or passed on, or whatever. And if it hadn't have been for the Vietnamese 10 years ago, the club would have closed.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What inspired you to get involved with the RSL?
Well, I've been in various RSLs for 40 odd years. I was president of Maribyrnong Maidstone RSL until it closed. And Long took over about 9 years ago as president of Footscray. He needed someone that knew a bit about the RSL from the Australian point of view, and he asked me about 6 years ago to come over, which I did.
I was wondering, how are you personally involved in the RSL?
Personally involved?
Yeah, how do you help out there?
Well, as I say, we're only open for 3 hours, 2 days a week. So it's just a club to look after the veterans. I don't really get what you meant. We just look after our fellow veterans.
So, if the club's only open for 2 days a week, 3 hours, does it get very lively, populated?
No. Usually just committee members turn up and a few other veterans. Yeah.
I've seen around the community like the RSL putting on sausage sizzles at Bunnings or something like that. Are there any other events that you go to and put stalls up or something like that?
Not really. We have an Anzac Day service about every 4 years. Outside of that, there's not much. But as I say, we've got our 100-year anniversary next year, so that's quite a big occasion for us.
So, following up on the sausage sizzles at Bunnings, do you do that just as like a fun thing weekly, or is it another purpose for that?
No. Well, our club doesn't do it. A lot of clubs do. Well, they make a few bob out of it, so helps
So
keep
it's
going.
for like funds.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned before the Anzac Day. Is it important to keep the Anzac Day important to Australian history?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So, at the RSL club, is there a really special event for Anzac Day?
As I say, about every 4 years we have our own service, which involves a march to the club and then refreshments and whatever. We usually get about 100 odd people there, but we're not in a position to run it every year.
Yeah. Do you march with the big parade on Anzac Day?
In Melbourne?
Yes.
Me personally, no.
Oh, yeah. Long, do you?
We have.
He does.
Yes,
Yeah.
we the most Vietnamese veteran.
Oh yeah.
We come to city to help parade in the
Oh, yeah.
city every year on 25th of April.
Yeah.
And I would like to say the Footscray RSL, we have the more purpose. For example, every year we have two fundraising in the Anzac Day
Yeah.
and Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
It means two times to fundraising for the legacy, for the TPI
Yeah.
of the defense force.
Mm.
And we sell the pup on the 25th before 1 week. We
Yeah.
sell Anzac Bath at the High Point Shopping Center.
Oh yeah.
And before Remembrance Day, before 1 week, we sell the puppy
Yeah.
at the Footscray Shopping Center as well.
Yeah.
It means the two times a year.
Mm.
Yeah,
Alright.
to raise money.
For both of you, what's the most rewarding thing about being in the RSL?
Well, I've been retired a long time, and if it hadn't have been for the RSL and something to do, keep me occupied, so it works for me.
So you've made a lot of new friendships.
Oh
and-
yes, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, on the opposite side of rewarding things, is there anything challenging to be part of the RSL club?
No, look, just about anyone can become a member. You don't have to be a returned serviceman. You can be a social member. How many social members we got, Long?
At the moment, we have 110 members, and we have two World War II veterans still alive. They are 95-year-old already. Mostly is the Vietnam veteran.
Yeah.
And the Vietnam veteran like Peter, it means the Australian Army, they come to Vietnam before 1975 to help us in the war.
So, apart from Vietnamese veterans, is there any other country that's involved?
No, mostly the Vietnamese veteran, the Vietnam veteran, it means we are Vietnam War generation. And after the war, we fled Vietnam, we come here and resettle in Australia for our rest of our life. And we joined RSL as the member, service member like Australian Army. Yeah. That's the favor of the Australian veteran community give to us.
Yeah.
I was wondering, do you know if many people from Footscray enlisted in the wars? Were there many people from Footscray? Yeah.
Yes. In both wars, yeah.
Yeah. Going away from the RSL, what's your favourite part about Footscray?
Well, I'm an Essendon supporter, so... but I've got a soft spot for Footscray.
Yeah.
It's pretty local for me. I live in Burnside Heights, which isn't that far away.
Aye.
So I'm just happy to be involved.
Yeah.
And another contribution of the Footscray RSL for the young generation. Every year, Anzac how they send the information to organize the proxy camp for the young children, primary school young student, and we sponsor Footscray RSL sponsor 2 students from primary school to go to attend the proxy camp for 1 week time. And Footscray RSL pay all.
Yeah.
Footscray RSL pay money for the student. The student pay nothing.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned that you picked 2 students. So, what do these students do? As in, what do they do any activities relating to this?
This student from year 6 of primary school. This means around 12 years old.
Yeah.
Because they go to attend the proxy camp to learn about the community.
What does it mean for you guys, for the Vietnamese community, to be welcomed like this into Footscray and the Footscray RSL?
Yeah, Vietnamese community, we are we living in around Melbourne because they come to join Footscray RSL because the same language they can talk together, easy to chat, right? And we welcome the young generation. It means that the young veteran. It means a veteran from Afghanistan war, from Iraq war, and the post-war. We welcome them, but they not many people. They still working.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't come.
So, are there still members joining the club or leaving the club, or is the club just like stable?
It's
Like-
pretty stable, yeah.
So not many people are coming in, and
Not-
not many are going out.
That's right. Yep.
That brings our show to an end. Thanks for joining us, Peter and Long. That was Pride Footscray. My name is Archie, here with Sean and Arav. Thank you. You've tuned into Footscray Live.
You're listening to Footscray Live.